We have fan spin. Do we have video? Actually, never mind, we probably do have a faulty graphics card. Hopefully this thing works, hopefully. Please work. No artifacting, which is a good sign. It's a bit lagged FPS because I don't think we don't have a graphics driver. Okay, let's go to device manager. Display adapters GTX 970. Let's go. First things first, let's get some MSI Afterburner on here. Heaven benchmark. Let's run. Hopefully it doesn't crash. I'm meaning after this we're gonna clean the GPU and we'll do a repaste to get the most FPS. It's looking good right now. It's looking good. I'm gonna leave it like this, and hopefully I'll come back and see if it hasn't crashed. Guys, see that? I completed a Unity in Heaven benchmark at 2,889 points. This is around about the same amount of points as a GTX 1060, and this is the same amount of points as a GTX 780. So yes, this graphics card works, and that is great because now I'm gonna start fixing and testing out what's wrong with the other parts. And after that, we'll start cleaning the parts and hopefully find out if what might have killed it. I think it's rust, because this graphics card's got a bunch of rusty screws on it, so that's something we really clean up with some WD-40 and a toothbrush. Well, without further ado, let's start fixing. So, pretty much what we'll just do is just got a power supply here. This is a small form factor power supply in a huge, pretty much mid-tower case. Yes, I would not recommend 450 watt power supply and a GTX 970 and in the small form factor and using a 20 to 24 pin. Yeah, not recommended from me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this power supply out, jerry rig plug in my power supply in, a non-working one. So, let's get cracking. So you might not be able to see this, but you see that as rust in there, right there, rust. See that rust there? I'll definitely get some sandpaper or get a cloth and start wiping that off. Pull her off. We can now verify if the CPU is indeed an i7-4790K. There you go. Look at that. That's an i7-4790K at 4 gigahertz. This CPU is a beast, and it was one of the best CPUs you could buy back in, I believe, 2014. Also, you can see on this signs of like what do you call it, corrode on the socket. So we definitely have to give this a clean, so we'll stop corroding. So yeah, I believe this motherboard. I think it should be fine. And if it's not, we do have the i5 4th gen PCs coming, so we can easily just test the CPU with the i5 4th gen PCs. Anyways, let's continue fixing. So pretty much, if you've seen here, I've removed most of the rust. You see that? It's now back to shiny again. There is still some rust on there, but heck, that's the best I can do. I don't want to stand too high. I don't want to damage this metal. Hopefully, this will give it more longevity, so it won't rust and break. Actually, before we do that, we have to repaste the CPU. Hopefully, the computer turns on. Okay, everything is plugged in. Let's see, moment of truth. Let's try turning this thing on. Power button. Turns on and turns off. Anyways, so I believe it probably is a short circuit. If it's not a short circuit, it could be. It's not. I definitely know it's not a faulty power supply. I'm definitely gonna try taking this computer out of its case, as there might be a short on this case itself, or there might be something that's causing a short on the motherboard. We'll definitely have to take a look. So I'm just gonna disassemble everything and hopefully put it into to our test bench and see what happens. Anyways, let's get cracking. So the verdict is yes. I believe this motherboard is broken and due to corrosion. This person lived relatively near the Tamaki River, and the salt over this whole board. I can definitely see there's definitely corrosion on this board. We can see here there's definitely corrosion. You can see there's corrosion there, and the final work factor is just that trace right there. Do you see this trace? That trace has literally come disconnected. So if there was a way to bridge this trace together, this computer will probably still function properly. But the reliability, not so good. It actually is pretty sad that this board had to die this way. But most likely the CPU, which was enclosed in there, is going to be fine. So we just need to go find a new replacement motherboard for this computer to work again. Well, today's been a long day. Yes, well, an update is I've already found a motherboard for $50. Yep, Facebook groups do work, and that's something you guys should use when you buy and build PC on a budget. Yep, I was a bit disappointed I couldn't fix it, because if I could, that'll be the most bang for your buck PC. But I wouldn't recommend buying broken parts on Facebook, as, yeah, your mileage may vary if you can fix them. So, surprisingly, WD-40 does not kill my graphics card. I pretty much just sprayed the whole thing with WD-40 as you've seen in the time lapse. Currently, the computer works fine. Let's see if we can run a Unigine Heaven benchmark. Actually, it's surprising. I wouldn't really use WD-40 as it leaves a pretty bad residue and you have to clean it off, and it's pretty annoying, especially on PCBs. But, I believe look, yep. GTX 970 working perfectly fine. Okay, so we're back on the road again. This is another morning. We're just going to pick up a Z87 motherboard so we can actually use this i7-4790K. And as I said before, the i7-4790K is a very capable CPU. Anyways, let's hit the road. We just picked up the motherboard. It's a Z87, which is it'll be overclockable. The motherboard we just got was a Z97. So this is I think this would be a better board. This is definitely a huge ATX board. This is a great board. Hopefully we do have a case big enough to actually fit this motherboard, or we're gonna go case finding again. But yep, it's a great, and it's better than the Z97 motherboard we just got as a broken one, as it is bigger slots and I can easily move and install things on. But the last motherboard was so small, it was so hard to install things. Well, see you back in the studio when I install it. So we just booted this computer up. No, sorry, we put a new motherboard. We swapped the CPU out of my old broken motherboard. And look, the computer works perfectly fine. Right now you see the CPU Status works fine, 4.1 gigahertz. RAM's at 1333, doesn't really matter. We can leave that for later. i7 4790K. Yes, this thing works. Let's go. Now let's continue building. Okay, so moment of truth. She just built this computer, all cable managed, all looking very, 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 very clean at the back and at the front. Okay, so let's just see if this thing turns on, because we don't want to put it back together and it's just completely dead. Okay. This might still have the previous person's data on it, so yeah. Let's see if this turns on. Yes, it does. Turns on, then turns off. Faulty power supply? That goes to the issue from last video. I'm guessing that's a bunch of beeps. I don't know, I don't think this is a faulty power supply. Because it was just working, we saw it, we were using this exact same EVGA power supply. One beep. Let's go! Yes! Yes! It works! It works! Yes! I don't know, it's a weird issue because I just plug in the power supply, re-plug it in, and it works. Yes! Yes! Let's go! Let's go! I thought this computer was dead for a second. So we are done. This computer is built. I put this side panel back on. To be honest, the computer looks pretty good. It was RGB on top and it's LED strip on the bottom. What else? We also have to still do benchmarks on this computer. We still have to get our test drives out of the other computer, put them into this computer, and install Windows on those computers. And after that, these two computers are done. Then we have 2 computers to sell, and hopefully our i5 PCs come tomorrow when shipping opens up again. So a quick update on the i5 4590 computers. Yes, they're on board with the courier. They're going to be delivered today most likely. And hopefully we can start installing these computers into our cases, and after that we have another computer built as we have a graphics card, and we're still in search of more graphics cards. So currently guys, my video for part 1 is premiering, and currently I'm just going to start reassembling this computer. This computer is actually completely complete. Windows installed, Windows came pre-activated, so I don't have to buy Windows. So this computer is done. Hopefully we can get some more computers done today. We'll start benchmarking the GTX 970 PC with the i7 4790K. Hopefully this thing can survive the benchmarks in Unigine Heaven, GTA 5, Fortnite, Hitman, Watch Dogs 1, Watch Dogs 2, and a bunch of other games. Okay, so the end of my video has pretty much ended, and right now, look! Left by Letterbox has been delivered. Let's go find it. Okay. Let's go find it. Ooh. Gladly. They're here. So, I'm gonna hold these back in my room. Let's see if these things have not been damaged. Box 1. Box 2. Oh, here they are. They got some weight to them. Damn. Okay. Let's unbox. These things have been packaged half bad. It is you did get a real carton for this. So yep. Let's just cut this open. So look at this. Just cut. Also for a box. Nice. Oh, it's 2 boxes, right, this is 2 packages, and another package. Okay, their computers are stacked on top of each other. Okay, we have the first computer. Here you go, Cooler Master. Move this out of the way. First computer, they're all the same specs, like so. Let's give it a crack inside. Yeah, look at how clean these are. No cleaning. Look at that shimmer. There's no cleaning required. Damn. I think this is the one with all the hard drives. I can feel the heft in this one. 4 hard drives. 1, 2. Sorry. There. That's 4 hard drives. 1, 2, 3, 4. All supposed to be 1 terabyte, which is gonna be good. 1 terabyte drives. And to complement that, as I said, as we bought in the first episode, the 4 Chinese SSDs, and hopefully if you've watched the review for those Chinese SSDs, as I talked about, they're not half bad compared to my Samsung drives. They're good enough for PC flipping. So let's just start taking these motherboards out of these cases, as these cases are pretty much junk to me. Okay, so currently we're just taking most of the motherboards out. They're on the ground right now. There's one more to go, but this, instead of taking it out and putting it into a plastic bag, an anti-static bag, we'll put the motherboard into a new case. You've seen in the one thing else to add, if you saw part 1 and you saw me installing these fans, yep. The results of that poll was everyone wanted me to install them on top, but for this case, yes, you can install them on top. But for other cases where there's fans on top, I'll put an example of right now. You can't. I wouldn't really do that because then I'll have RGB fans on top. So in this case, it will be on the bottom. Anyways, roll time lapse. Okay, so this computer is pretty much built. All I need is a power supply. I do have a power supply, but it's from the computer which said the power supply is faulty. I'm gonna give it a clean. I'm gonna test that out myself and see if that works. If that power supply works, it'll be going to this system, and that'll be our 3rd system complete. Anyways, cut to a montage. Okay, moment of truth. Does this power supply work properly? Let's see. Okay. Oh. This fan works. See here. There you go. That's the fan works. Red LED strip also works. There's 2. Well, anyways, I'm just gonna risk it and trust this power supply. I'll keep doing benchmarks when I install this power supply and install Windows on that computer. So hopefully this thing works properly. Anyways, roll the montage. So looking at this Unigine Heaven score, this Unigine Heaven score is pretty disappointing. I don't know why this card performs at 1,677 points, and even though a couple months ago in my own computer it performed at 2,000 points. This is a bit disappointing right now, and I have to see if I can fix it. So we'll try and launch Just Cause 4. I found an issue with this computer. So when you launch Just Cause 4, the issue is that it crashes and the fans go up like 100%. So I just launched it. So pretty much what it does is it ramps up the fan speed when it just gets into the game. Look at that. Right on cue. Computer crashes and I have to literally force shut this computer down. Yep, there you go. That's the issue. Let's start the computer back up again. I actually have no idea what's wrong. I'm going to try and fix it, though, because there's some forums. Some people say... The GTA 5 works perfectly fine, but Just Cause 4 does not, and this is a very weird issue. So right now I'm currently at a loss because I do not know what's wrong. My opinion right now, my verdict is, I think it's just a faulty power supply, or a faulty power supply connector. Anyways, I think, because I already tested this GPU on camera for Pro versus New PC Flipping, I already scrapped that series until next term's holidays, because we don't really have much time in this 2-week holiday, and we do have exams. But I did test this on camera with my own 600 watt power supply on my own computer, and it worked perfectly fine. There's other computers with 500 watt power supplies, with GTX 780s and GTX 970s, which work perfectly fine. So I guess I'm just gonna, the first thing I'm gonna do is gonna check the cables at the back of this power supply and see how the connections are. Check the connections on the GPU itself, and I'm gonna put this GPU into another computer, because we already built 2 other computers apart from this one. I think that's about it. If nothing else works, I think we might have a faulty GPU. But heck, I don't know until we do the testing. Anyways, let's start testing. So currently I put the GTX 770 into the H440 case PC with the one with the i5 3570K. And look at that. FPS is 1954. And when it was on the other system, it had a lower score around 1600. I think it's because this card is not receiving enough power from the PSU. So I guess we just have to find a new PSU and use that PSU in a lower power system. And another path I'll explore is definitely putting the GTX 780 into this PC to see what happens, to see if it blacks out. If that doesn't black out, I'll be really confused. Anyways, I'll continue testing and I'll update you if anything else happens. Okay. Same issue, black screen on the GTX 770 on a known working PSU, known working motherboard, and known working computer. I guess it's the GPU now, so let's give this GPU a crack open, because I just repasted it, so I think there might be something wrong with my thermal paste application. I bet it is. I guess Joseph Zhang really sucks at thermal paste applications. Anyways. So, just a quick update on the Just Cause 4 and the crashing with the GTX 770. I have not fixed it. I don't know the issue. I got it on an older driver version. I got it to show an error, and I'll put the error on screen right now. And I tried this on other systems, and it doesn't work. The weird thing is I've tried every other game that I benchmark, and there's no issues. It's just Cause 4, and Just Cause 4 has seen a lot of driver issues in the past. So it might just be Nvidia's latest driver release crashing things. So I don't know. It's a mystery. Anyways, currently I'm just testing these computers. So the H440 case one, the first computer we built, fully tested, is ready to sell, has Windows installed, already activated on its motherboard. The Ampeg DP301M, that computer is also ready to sell, it's got Windows installed, fully tested. I played GTA 5, Fortnite, and then Just Cause 4 crashes. On the GTX 970 computer with the i7 4790K, I somehow corrupted my SSD, so I definitely have to reinstall Windows and all my games again, which is going to be inconvenient. But for this season, I won't actually touch these drives anymore. It's probably going to take less time for me just to install games onto the systems and wipe them up when I'm ready to sell them. So pretty much, I'm just doing the benchmarks and we're still looking for graphics cards. So we're still looking for something around the GTX 960, GTX 750 Ti, 750 Ti range. This wraps up part 3. Thank you very much for watching these videos. Yes, we are steadily growing subscribers, and we reached the 50 subscriber mark. Next milestone will be 100 subscribers, there'll be 500 subscribers, there'll be 1,000 subscribers. I have hope in this channel, but who knows where this will take me, and who knows, because I'll be taking you guys on an adventure. Currently, since we're still locked down, I haven't really decided what this channel is going to be about. Is it going to be computer flipping? Because I can't do computer flipping full time, as I've got time constraints in school. But over the next 6 weeks, over the next term 4, PC flipping will come to a stop. So any videos of PC flipping you see after Term 4 starts was shot in the Term 3 holidays. But you'll see, there will be more content in Term 4. You'll see me biking around Auckland. You'll see me doing cool stuff. You'll see some vlogs come out too, and you'll see some reviews of some products, and you'll see some minor computer videos. But I can't really buy parts. But it'll be a short break, or even no break, because after week 5 after exams finish, I'm starting PC flipping again. So that's maybe about 1 month from now. Where 1 month from now there'll be just the PC flipping videos I shot in this holidays, and after that you'll see computer flipping videos shot pretty much live 1 week before. So it'll be very interesting, and other videos in this channel will probably be a review of GD900, the thermal paste I use in every computer flipping video I've made. I've used GD900 to repaste GPUs, and yeah, and the funny thing is that I haven't actually released season 1 part 4 of Joseph Zhang Flips PCs. I haven't actually filmed part 4. It's pretty much my origin story, so I might just completely scrap that from the PC flipping series and make that its entire pretty much a story time series about talking about my life and why I've done with computers and people who have helped and the things I've done. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Thank you very much for watching. Tune in next week for, I guess, whatever video thumbnail I'm going to put right now, because I'm filming this weeks and weeks before that video ever comes out or ever gets filmed. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. So pretty much what I've been doing off camera is just taking the photos and writing the listings for these computers. How do I play League? Because I don't play League. And that's how you make $1,000.